Hi, my name is Joe Simpson, and I appreciate the opportunity I have today to share my knowledge of the real estate industry with you all. Do any of you dream to own your own home? Well, today, my hopes are that by the end of my speech, you feel as if you could confidently approach a real estate agent and comprehend the language they are speaking. We'll cover things like agency, listing your property on the market, and all you need to know about investing in real estate. I currently am a licensed real estate agent here in Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm an agent working with in the Keller Williams office in our Greensboro North location, as well as our brand new business center we have in Summerfield. The main points I will touch on will be how to list your property for sale, how agency works, and how to manage and invest in properties. Now I'll begin with agency. To understand any of this, you must first grasp the concept of agency. To be represented with agency means you will be professionally represented. This adds so much to your online portfolio that every other licensed agent in the state can see. Much of the marketing and resources they use to sell your property, they do free of charge to you, the client. Of course, they are paid a commission on the final sales price of the property, but they do so much and pay for professional third-party marketing firms to assure the quality of what they're putting out there for both your home, your property, and their business. By the end of this whole process, their commission truly is earned. There can be an agent on both sides of the transaction, meaning the buyer may be represented by a realtor as well as the seller. These two agents represent their clients, and all the dealings and negotiations between the two parties is done through their agents. This serves as an extra layer of protection against any liability on behalf of the client. The realtor is expected to be up to date on current laws as well as abide by the Realtor Code of Ethics. Realtors usually specialize in areas in which they operate business, so during a transition process, they're very nice to have on your team because they know the sort of questions to ask and ensure the purchase the clients are about to make is suitable for them. Remember, buying a home is usually one of the largest purchases of most people's life, so 3% paid to the realtor is modest compared to the scale of the purchase and the magnitude involved for the clients. Having this level of assurance during this process is irreplaceable. Being represented means you have someone who understands the lingo used in the business, as well as they know the questions to ask and the inspections to order, so the client can be confident when signing and closing the contract. Before you get to closing, there are many steps that go into bringing the house to market and prepping it for that. From getting the listing agreement to bringing the house to market, you should rely on professional guidance to be sure it is professionally done. The agent will take themselves or pay for professional photos to be taken and put on the MLS so that all other agents in the state can see them. Many are using drone photography nowadays. Once listed, the agent will hold open houses and show it around the clock. Many agents work on weekends and before or after regular 9 to 5 work hours, whatever suitable for the client. And many of these clients are corporate executives and whatnot where they work around the clock as well, so flexibility is a big part of the industry. Through their marketing strategy, they will work around the clock to find you not only market, but to find you a buyer. They'll canvass the neighborhood. That's a great way to spark interest and get the neighbors involved. Many times neighbors like to see someone they know move in down the street, so in some cases they can be your biggest assets. At Keller Williams, the agents build our own business, so we take much pride in marketing your home at the highest level as we would our own home, because after all, we aren't working for a company, we're building our own business through the brand we're trying to create together. Once learning about this process, you may think it's a good way to invest your money once you make it. To buy real estate for investment purposes can be driven by a few factors. Many think it will be a quick flip. This is usually not the case. Investing in properties requires patience and always has potential risk. The level of risk is determined by how much work is needed on the property. Many foreclosures are cheaper but require work. Some of this can be done themselves or they'll contract it out. Depending on the amount of work done, the potential to turn higher profits is minimal if repairs are required. There are different kinds of investment properties. Some enjoy foreclosures. It's kind of like a needle in the haystack game for them. Others are looking for properties to rent or lease. This can be apartment rentals or commercial office leasing. These turn smaller returns, but they go on for longer, so they have the potential to be the most profitable in the long haul. Other investments because it's a safe place. Other invest because it's a safe place to keep their money. Many will purchase a second home with this mentality, such as a beach, mountain, or lake house. Depending on several things, some of these purchases can be tax deductible. So, just to conclude, today we learned about agency, bringing the property to market, and investing in property. I hope this has been an informative session we have had today. As we all venture into the real world, hopefully you now have the tools to feel comfortable working with a real estate agent or exploring the market and listing your properties, or even investing in starting a new venture of your own. The future of this industry is one of many possibilities, so I encourage you all to consider how the current markets may affect or even benefit you. Even if you are not sure, call your local real estate agent. Call me, Joseph Simpson, at Keller Williams, Greensboro North, and whoever you talk to will be happy to give you a free market analysis of your property. As we wrap up this afternoon, I'd like to thank you all for joining me, and I hope this was interesting, and I'd like to leave a few moments to answer any questions you all may have. Again, thank you, everyone.